start with have your right leg forward, your left leg back. If you remember, your right leg is forward, the foot is kind of going straight forward and back. Your back foot, if you remember, your left foot's at a 45-degree angle. Sink your hips. And just imagine that there is a big cauldron in front of you, and the top of the liquid in the cauldron is about the height of your navel. And just begin with the palms down, begin stirring the cauldron. And if your right leg is forward, then as you look down at your hands, you're stirring clockwise. And you shift the hips forward, and then you shift the hips back. So you shift the hips forward as the hands come forward. You shift the hips back as they go back. And just have palms down right here as you're stirring the cauldron. And for this, don't let the breath be forced to coordinate with the movement. Right now, for this one, even though we often will do, and I think I said a moment ago that we'll coordinate the breath with the movements. Here, just let the rhythm of the movement be what the rhythm of the movement wants to be at first. And then you can begin to kind of aim the fingers down like you're stirring in whatever this liquid is. And then maybe begin to slow it down a little bit. And then if it feels like you can do this without forcing things, you might begin to coordinate the breath, the movements, breathing in as you bring the hands back toward the body, breathing out as you swing the hands forward. And if it turns out that the rhythm of the movement and the rhythm of the breath is such that they don't want easily to come into phase, then it's okay to just let the rhythm of the breath be the rhythm of the breath, and let the rhythm of the movement be something else. And imagine that the liquid, maybe imagine it's some kind of elixir. And that maybe either it's got inertia to it, or it's maybe thickening perhaps. And so your hands are kind of dragging through it, or as you flow and turn, moving the body, you're going to really use the body to guide the hands. Like the hands and the arms are kind of flowing behind. You can take a little wider stance if you want. Kind of sink the hips lower. Try to keep the back relatively upright here. It's okay if you lean a little bit here, but don't be hunched over doing it. I mean, you could do that too, but that's not the plan. And then maybe make the hand circles a little bit smaller. And then when you're ready, just reverse the circle. So you still got, if you're moving your right leg forward, now you're stirring it the other way. Let's see what that's like. So now, as you come forward, your hands are moving forward over that front knee. And as they swing back, they're coming back to the back knee. And see what it's like to begin to coordinate with the breath again. If you've let the breath and the movements detach. So breathing out as you go forward, and breathing in as you sway back to the back knee. And then you might speed it up a little bit if you like. And then we're going to let it come to kind of a still point. You're going to reverse again, going the first way. So now, as you look down, if the right knee's forward, you're back to stirring the cauldron, the hands going clockwise. It's if you're mirroring me here. All right, let's switch sides. So now, if you're mirroring me, your left foot is forward, the right foot is back, and you're going to stir counterclockwise. big, so that's to begin actually with the palms down. So it's like you're just running the hands over the surface of whatever's in the cauldron. And then when you're ready, you can begin stirring. The hands go through and in the elixir. And then see what it's like to bring the breath in the face and be breathing out as the hands swing forward, breathing in as they swing back. And then, if you like, you can make them smaller. And then reverse. So now, your left leg is forward. You're coming forward over that left knee and swing it back to the back knee. So swaying or shifting the weight as you do this, you're stirring it the other way. Going clockwise as you look down now. If your left knee and left foot are forward. And then you can go reverse it again. Let the movement of the space between your navel and the knee, and that part of the body, or if you just like just the navel and the abdomen is where the movements are originating from. And the hands are flowing behind that in the elixir. Now, let's take a moment. We'll do what's called lowering the chi 3 times. So feet about shoulder width apart, feet can be angled out, and lower down to the height of the navel. Turn the palms briefly toward the navel. I like the Lao points are pointing. The points of the center palm are pointing to the navel. We'll reach up and we'll lower it down again. And then one more time, bringing it down. And here, there's different ways you might place the hands over the navel, but here, women have the left hand in for this one, cover with the right, and the men have the right hand inward, cover with the left. This is kind of Hunyuan style for this, or whichever feels better. Just pause for a moment. The eyes can be closed or gently open, and then release.